Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever heard the phrase, it pays to be nice? Well, listen to this story. There's a chain of grocery stores in America called Market Basket. The CEO of Market Basket is a gentleman called Arthur Demoulas. Demoulas wasn't exactly your typical CEO. He went out of his way to ensure that all of his employees were valued. He had about 25,000 people working for him. 25,000 employees. And Demoulas made it his mission to try and learn as many of their names as possible. He ensured that they weren't just paid the minimum wage, they were paid a little bit more, and he entered them in 2 profit-sharing plans. Demoulas is what we would label a real mensch. But about 2 years ago, Demoulas was fired. He was fired by the board, which was led by his own cousin. His cousin had different ideas as what was important and how to run the grocery chain. But listen to what happened next. His employees protested. They protested and they campaigned, and this eventually enabled Demoulas to build himself back up, to buy out his cousin, and to retake control of the company. It goes to show that it does pay, after all, to be nice. So this story was used as an example as to how to act towards other people in business. You know, people often treat their co-workers and their business associates like they're the competition. They make the mistake of thinking that if my friend, my business associate is successful, then that means, well, we won't be able to move up the chain. We won't be able to get that promotion that I wanted. Silly mistake. But of course, it's the same in school. Sometimes students are reluctant to share their revision notes before exams because they may think, they make the mistake that if they help other people, then those they help will do better and that will reflect badly on them. We need to remind ourselves that we have nothing to lose and everything to gain by being nice to other people. We need to learn to be nice to other people even if they're not nice towards us. This week, we read about 4 nations that said no. 4 nations who refused to help the Jewish people when they were asked. So the Jewish people have been travelling, the former slaves have been travelling through the wilderness, through the Sinai desert, on their way to the Promised Land, on their way to Israel. And rather than take a long roundabout route, they approach 4 nations, Edom, Sichon, Moab, and Ammon, and they say, can we travel through your land? Can we pass through your land in order to get to Israel, to get to our homeland? And each of these nations said no. Now, Moshe made these nations offers that they shouldn't have refused. These nations would have all profited by selling bread and water to the Jewish people, and they really had nothing to lose. Now, there were consequences for their actions, but that's not the point. These 4 nations should have taken a leaf out of Demoulas' page. Had they paid attention to this story, they would have learnt that if you're not going to be nice because it's the right thing to do, then at least be nice because it will eventually pay off. Be nice. Be nice to other people, even if you don't want to, because being nice will eventually pay off. Have a wonderful day.